Kelly Drewett. It's a bizarre way of spelling a name, so it's right there for you. I'm on LinkedIn and things like that, so you can come and say hello. I do SEO website design, which is something I've kind of made up, but it is really important to me because I would like to help people make their websites stronger. It's not just about the design. So KD Web is my first business, my first brand, and that is the websites and SEO done for you. And you can find me at KD Web. I love connection. I love having a chat, but I like taking people on adventures as well. And my second brand is Web Untamed. And this is my website and SEO school. So you will find me on social media, but I've not quite fired everything up just yet. So there's bits, but I'd love you to follow me because that's all starting. And I do workshops for free. So if you'd like to come along, webuntamed.com/events. And I've got keyword research one on the 6th of June and content creation on the 13th of June. And so I will stop all of that sharing stuff and we'll get into search engine signposts and why the metadata matters for your website. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So are you someone that, I'll just get you all on gallery view, are you someone that fiddles and updates their own website? Can I see a show of hands? Yeah, lots of nods. So many people here that update their own websites. So what you do is you would log in to the back end of your website, say the admin area, fiddle around in there, use your build the page in blocks or modules or whatever you use. And then once you save that page, it all gets turned into code. So the output is normally like HTML or another programming language on the internet. So every single web page or blog post or anything else, apart from PDFs, is built using code. And that is what your browser understands. So the browser being Chrome or Explorer or Firefox, that's what the code is is seen and then made to look pretty. And the code is what search engines read. So top to bottom, they'll go through all of that. And so the search engines send out a program called a bot. And Googlebot is probably the most famous one. Have you all heard of Googlebot? Yeah. So they scan through all that code every time they visit your web page. And I kind of like to give bots a little kind of, well, personification, really. So this is my picture where I've drawn the bot and it's doing a lot of things. It's looking a lot of stuff up. It's reading a lot of books. You've even got historical data down here, which are, floppy disks and things like that. I'll get this on screen one day, but I need to literally do it digitally. But if you can imagine, that is what's looking at your website. So we want to keep these bots really, really happy. And we're thinking about helping these little bots. So they love organized information, they love data, they love clear code, and they love clear signposts. That's what's really, really important. So this word metadata, it's like a proper fancy name, a little bit scary for a lot of people that don't do website design, but basically metadata are little bits of code. That's all they are. And they're signposts to search engines. So what we're doing is making our pages a lot clearer for the search engines to understand. Now, this is the code at the back end of your website. Just wanted to share this kind of thing. So this is actually my website. It's a little bit clearer possibly than what you would see on your website because a lot are built in WordPress. But basically, if I do a little search here, the title, this is your metadata. So these are the two that we're going to talk about today, which is the meta tags. It's the title tag and the description. And don't worry, I'm not going to get massively technical and start going on about code, but you can see it's at the top of the page. This is the top of the code. Search engines scanning through, and they come across these tags. So they're like, oh, this is great. Okay, this is what this page is all about. That's what I need to know. So this is the information that we're going to be giving our audience. So it's describing the content of that page and helping search engines and visitors as well, because it really does help visitors too. So there's other forms of what we call metadata, which is like the umbrella term, and that can be alt tags and headings and everything, like all the things you would be fiddling with when you're fiddling with your website. But we're going to just be talking about these two today. So in different platforms like Wix or Squarespace, you'll have different names for these areas that you fill out. They might be called SEO tools or like advanced SEO or something like that. In WordPress, you've got the plugins, which are like Yoast, that kind of thing, Rank Math, there's lots of them. And you always have those little boxes to complete. And normally those little boxes are on each page and post, and you need to fill in that information. And sometimes, not often, you'll see them called meta tags. So the meta tags are the ones that matter, and the essential tags that I've just shown you on the code is that title tag, and I'm going to show you where that appears on Google, and it is the meta description. So let's share again, because this is a little learning session. If I've just searched for one of my clients today, sorry, I've got lots of gubbins going on, and the title tag shows here on the search engine. So if you looked up your own business, you can see where the title tags are showing on the search engines. And then this is the meta description. So on Martin's website, because I've done it, it all fits in really, really nicely. You'll see on some other websites, yeah, you get like the ellipse at the end because it's not quite it's not fitting on, or it doesn't quite make sense because someone's not filled out those boxes correctly. So that's the title and description. So the title tag should be about between 52 and 60 characters. I often go for a shorter amount in that title tag because that means that the search engines don't cut it off at the very, very end. The search engines, so say Bing will show a different title tag and it might be shorter than Google's. So that's why they say between 52 and 60 characters. And I always go a little bit shorter. So it looks a little bit nicer. And what you want to do with the title tag is put those important things at the very beginning so people they understand what's going on your page. And the same with the meta description. You want to draw people into your website so they clearly know what is going on that page or that blog post. So the pages and blog posts are very similar and we treat them the same. So these on the search engines, these kind of things will help a visitor to decide, okay, I'm looking for a VA and they're in Oxfordshire. So as you're looking down the search engines, do I click on Jess's website because she's given me a really good signpost, or do I click on Marjorie's because she's given me a better signpost? So that's what we're doing, really trying to make it so clear for people to understand what's on our websites and giving them that easy, really simple journey. Because actually, if you don't have those boxes filled out, it's actually penalized by search engines. They throw up an error because you're not looking after your visitor. You're not giving them the right signposts. So even if you haven't done all the research, the keyword research and things like that, it's still a really good idea to have those boxes completed and making sure that there's plenty of information in there. So has anyone done a little search while we've been chatting about on there? Yeah.
Yeah,
What have
mine
you
does.
been
I don't even
seeing?
understand mine at all. I'm really annoyed about mine. I've never seen that before. It literally says it's got my business title, which is great, and it's got
Yeah.
even my like paraphrasing about who it's for. But then the data underneath is talking about one of my coaching packages. And
Yeah.
it's just like
Okay.
jumped straight to like one of the ways you can work with me, which I had no idea it did that. And I don't think that's very helpful at all. So now I'm looking at it fuming. going, how the hell's that happened, or why has it happened? So
So what was the
yeah,
search that you put in, Lisa?
I actually just put in my business name, which is Grip Coaching Limited.
Oh, I've put in the middle manager. Sorry, yeah.
No, that's fine. It's a little bit. I've got. It's, yeah, I'm multi-layered, Kelly. There you go.
So what will happen is, so this is Lisa's, which is, it is quite a lot of fun. You can see where because that description's not completed, it's not giving the right message, is it? It's not really telling someone what Lisa does. And you've
Actually,
got
yours
things,
looks different to mine. That's weird. Why would
it's because
that
I'm in
be?
France, you'll get different
Oh,
results.
okay.
Yeah, I could, well, yeah, I can force it to, but not today. So that's yeah. So just such important little posts to that your clients of what you do and why you do it, and they're really good for search engines as well because it's a really good sign for search engines to understand that you're looking after the people that are going to be coming onto your website. So we want to include them. Now, I was going to touch on, the awful descriptions that come up. And even though sometimes if you fill out those descriptions, Google will still pick up a different description because they decide for this particular search, because people find you in all different sorts of ways, for this particular search, we're going to provide this description. So they will pick up bits from your pages and your posts. But really, my point is the SEO is all about looking after people and it's all about giving correct signposts. It's very simple. Do you want to do questions now, Sarah, or shall I do my question for the rooms?
Let's do your question for the rooms. I'm just going to
Yay.
stop recording.